Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Longwear Foundation. Wow, that's a long name for a foundation. I got mine in the shade 100 at Sephora. It is $40, I think with tax it was like 43 something dollars. 100 is the lightest shade. I did get a little color yesterday. I got a little sunburnt, which I'm not too happy about. Why can't I open this? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Got mine in the lightest shade, 100. Here is the glass bottle. It's a little frosted, but I did get a little color, a little sunburnt yesterday, so this might actually be too light. We will find out together. This is a reminder to wear your sunscreen, unlike me, like a dumbass. Okay, let's move on. There's some pretty cool claims with this foundation. I don't think it will be bad for those who have oily skin. We will find that out together. But it says, get luminous without looking greasy, a benefit-packed hydrating foundation that's long wear and delivers a naturally radiant finish with a second skin feel. And this foundation is available in 50 freaking shades, guys, which is super, super exciting. Step into your best light. It's long wear, medium coverage. You can build this foundation up. Gives a golden hour glow all day, stays fresh, hydrates, brightens, improves skin tone instantly and over time while resisting sweat, humidity, and come on, man, I am filming. Sweat, humidity, and transfer. It's lightweight, instantly reduces the appearance of shine, gives a whole new kind of radiance, has a natural luminosity. It also claims to be waterproof and humidity proof, sweat proof, fade proof, resists creasing, smooth, comfortable, lightweight, and resists oxidation. It does say Fenty Beauty is 100% cruelty free. I see people going ham sandwich on Fenty's Instagram about them really not being cruelty free. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. Do your own research. But what it says on their website, on Sephora's website, is that Fenty is cruelty free. Stop texting me. Okay, now my phone's on silent, so I'm not interrupted again. Okay, so we are ready to go. I felt like I read a lot off to you. Let's pin this crazy hair back a little bit. So I am prepped. All of my skincare is on. I'm gonna use my normal e.l.f. Halo Liquid filter. I use this when I do my makeup every time. However, today, maybe I'll just do one side, just so we can kind of see how this wears on its own, instead of, you know, doing the whole face. So let me go ahead and tap this in. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna shake this bad boy up. Nice pump. And here we go with one pump. There it is. It's running a little bit. I'm not mad at that. It still has some thickness to it, but nothing too crazy. This is one pump. I'm gonna go ahead and actually with the sponge side, I'm gonna do two pumps. You'll get lighter coverage with a sponge and more full coverage with a brush. This does say it's a medium buildable coverage, so let's take a gander here. Actually, this is giving a lot more coverage than I thought it would. Not that I'm mad at that. I think one pump would have did the job. Still have some on the back of my hand here. What I like about it, off first impression, it is lightweight, which is some of my favorite types of foundations. That's how they feel. So I really like that. The shade is good. I can darken it up with bronzer, add like a glow drop in there or something if I need to darken it up a little bit. I can definitely make this shade work. Like I said, getting a little bit of sun yesterday. It might be like a smidgen, a tad, little light, but from me doing shade matches yesterday at Sephora, this seemed like my best bet. I think it's a pretty damn good close shade match. I'm not even mad at it. I'm going to put another pump on the back of my hand. I'm going to go in on this side with a brush But look at how beautiful that is on the skin. I really like the glow. It's not overly look at that running down my hand there. It's not overly glowy to where it's like too much. It's not greasy feeling. I really like the way that it does feel though. Usually I am a sponge girl. I will use a sponge for everything. I just started falling back in love again with a brush after doing a review on the Urban Decay Face Bond. So I have reintroduced brushes in my life. So usually I always like it better with a sponge. So when I can find a foundation that I like using with a brush or a sponge, that is a plus. And this is that foundation too. This looks so pretty both ways. It is awesome. Oh, wow. I love the way that it goes on. I love how it's not greasy. I love how it's not overly dewy or overly luminous. That is so pretty on my skin. I'm going to try to hold still for you so you can see it. And I get that this is first application, totally understand that. And that's typically when it looks its best, but a lot of times you can tell a foundation off the bat, the way that it looks. Oh, but yeah, I'm really loving the way that this looks. I can still see my freckles. So for me, it's definitely like a medium coverage. That claim is definitely true. So what I want to do is put the rest of my makeup on. Some of you have asked me to tell you what makeup that I am using as I go along. So I'm going to fast forward through this part, but I definitely am using the Fenty Beauty Concealer and the Demi Glow Highlighter. Definitely using those. So let me go ahead and slap the rest of this makeup on and then let you see what it looks like. All right, guys, so here is everything on. Everything went over this foundation beautifully. I have no complaints. I mess with my brows way too long. I'm just having a bad brow day. Does anybody else go through that? Is that just like a me thing? But like some days my brows are like perfect. Other days I can't get them to look good no matter what I do. So finally I just had to put the pencil down and say, you know what? This is what we're rocking today. So here they are. But I'm really loving the way that the base looks. The skin looks beautiful. I do have highlighter on, so I do have some glow going on here from the highlight. But overall, everything just looks so pretty. It does give that more natural second skin look, which I am a huge fan of right now. I was able to give a little more color to myself instead of looking like Casper the Friendly Ghost with the bronzer and the blush. Everything looks gorgeous. I will wear this foundation a good 6-7 hours. And let's keep our fingers crossed that I do not get really oily. So let me start my day, start my wear test, and I will see you guys at check-in. All right, guys, so I am back. I definitely have some thoughts. I do want to reapply my Fenty lip gloss and Fenty glow. I will say, I had Chipotle for lunch. And this held up pretty well because I had a burrito and I was a slopotonomous when it came to eating my burrito because it was made very slopotonomous, and it held up pretty well around my mouth. I had hot sauce over here, but I do have some thoughts. I don't believe this is transfer resistant. I should get the camera closer. Give me 1 second. There are some things I want you all to see. My chin, mind you, I've been outside doing chicken chores. It's about what's the temperature outside? 78 degrees. I wasn't like profusely sweating, but I was sweating a little bit. I'm not oily, that's a plus. But right here on my chin, I'm holding still for you. It has kind of rubbed off, and I don't remember rubbing my chin, but it's definitely come off a little bit on my chin. So this is definitely not transfer resistant. As far as the oil goes, I'm really not that oily. The e.l.f. side, I do feel like I like better than just the moisturized side and applying it straight to my skin, especially around my nose here. I really doubt you guys will be able to see this, but it looks a little dry around my nose on the side that I did not put the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and it definitely looks better on this side. Now I do have these zits that are healing, and nothing, no matter what, nothing goes good over this. They're at their like final stage where it kind of looks like they're peeling when I put makeup over them. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. There's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and then 1 down here. And they just don't look good at all. I feel like you would have to get really close in order to see that. However, nothing looks good on them at this time. No foundations, anything look good when they are at this stage. In my opinion, being hydrated, being moisturized will be your best friend when it comes to this foundation. Overall though, I really do think this foundation held up beautifully, especially after eating that burrito and I was just a mess around my mouth. I think I still have some hot sauce here. So I'm just going back to the website just to kind of reiterate things and see what they're talking about. They do say this is good for all skin types. For me, I have combination skin. It's working for me. I would even go as far as to say I'm a little more on the oily side. Forgot to mention it's been about 7-ish hours, so the Longwear, I feel like that's a pretty good Longwear foundation for me. I wouldn't say it's super hydrating. I don't know, the luminosity and what I assumed this foundation would be. I feel like a lot of my glow on this side came from this and my highlighter. I wouldn't say it's a super luminous foundation, in my opinion. Gives luminosity without looking greasy in the beginning. I do agree with that, but like long term, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Didn't test waterproof. It might resist creasing, might help with resisting the creases. I will say around my mouth looks pretty good. I mentioned in another video that my little lines around my mouth are getting kind of bad, and they don't look bad with this foundation, so that is a plus. It did have some fading here, so like I said, fading, transfer resistant. I don't find that to be true. It is lightweight, it is buildable. I do think it's smooth and comfortable and kind of gives you that second skin feel. Before I forget, I did do some footage outside with my front and back camera on my cell phone. It looks beautiful outside. It looks beautiful in the sun. I think we all know that we can think we have the most gorgeous, flawless, beautiful makeup when we sit down at our vanities and do our makeup. Then we go outside and look in that car mirror and we're like, oh my God, like, it brings you back to reality real quick, thinking your makeup looks good, and the sun and the outside tells you different. But when I was outside, I do feel like it looked beautiful. Would I recommend this foundation? I would. I think it's a good foundation. Is it the best foundation I've ever used? No. I actually like the Urban Decay Face Bond more than this foundation. Please don't shoot me, please. Please. The shade is good, all the shades. Having 50 shades is great. For me not to be oily, that is a plus. That is like huge for me. And for it to still look this good after 7 hours, that is a plus. I think if you're in the market to try out a foundation and you're a fan of Fenty and want to spend your money on it, I think you should give it a shot. There's not much else I can say. I hope this video helps you guys determine if you want to try this foundation, and I hope you just enjoyed the video overall. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys on my next one. Thanks for watching.